I get it. When you're building a serious gaming rig, you've already spent hours picking the perfect GPU, the best case, the fastest SSD, and then you see a UPS on Amazon that looks sleek, promises Sinewave power, and boasts a 2200 VA rating. The listings make it sound like a magic shield, but when the power flickers for the first time, you're left wondering if you just bought a pricey paperweight. That hesitation is real, and the last thing you want is a backup unit that either trips the breaker or dies after a single outage. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So let's break down the CyberPower PR2200RTXL2UAN and see whether it actually lives up to the hype for a gaming PC environment. First, the category itself. A UPS for a high-performance rig isn't just about keeping the lights on. You're protecting a multi-kilowatt power draw, a delicate motherboard voltage regulation circuit, and a stack of SSDs that can lose data in a split second. The upside of a good UPS is twofold. It gives you the seconds you need to save a game or finish a stream, and it smooths out the nasty spikes that can shorten component lifespan. Installation is where the PR2200RTXL2UAN starts to feel different from the cheap, plug-and-play units most people are used to. It's a 2U rack-mountable model, which means you'll need a little space in your case, or a separate rack shelf. The chassis tilts forward, and the LCD panel actually rotates, so you can angle it for a clear read even if your desk is cramped. That design choice is clever for a serious build where you might already have a tower or a rack, but it also adds bulk. If you're used to a small desktop UPS that sits on the floor, this will feel like a mini server. The 8 NEMA 520R outlets are a solid practical benefit. You get 4 battery-backed outlets for your PC, monitor, router, and maybe a capture card, while the other 4 are surgeonly, perfect for peripherals you don't need to keep alive during an outage. In real-world use, I've seen people plug a high-end GPU power supply into a battery-backed outlet and quickly discover the runtime drops dramatically. At a 50% load, the PR2200RTXL2UAN can hold a typical gaming rig for around 8 to 10 minutes, enough to finish a match or safely shut down. Push it to 80% and you're looking at 3 to 4 minutes. That's not a mistake, it's a hidden trade-off you have to plan for. What really sets this unit apart is the true sine wave output. Many cheaper UPSs use simulated sine wave, which can cause power-sensitive components like certain CPUs or high-end audio cards to throw errors, or even refuse to boot. The PR2200's pure sine wave means your overclocked CPU and your high refresh rate monitor see clean, stable power, no jitter, no humming. Couple that with automatic voltage regulation, AVR, and the unit constantly corrects minor sags and surges without dipping into the battery. In practice, I've noticed that even during a neighborhood power dip, the voltages on the output stayed steady, and my system never registered a power loss event. The Smart App integration is another practical angle. Through CyberPower's app you can monitor battery health, set shutdown thresholds, and even receive push notifications if the UPS detects a prolonged outage. For streamers who are live on Twitch, that notification can be a lifesaver. You get a heads up before the stream drops, giving you a chance to hit go offline manually or let the UPS handle a graceful shutdown. The app isn't flashy. It's just a straightforward dashboard that reflects what you see on the LCD. The upside is that you don't need to be glued to the front panel, you can glance at your phone while gaming. Now, let's talk about who should actually consider this machine. If you run a high-end gaming PC with a 750W plus PSU, multiple monitors, a capture card for streaming, and perhaps a small NAS for your game library, the PR2200RTXL2UAN is a logical safety net. Its 2200W capacity comfortably covers that load, and the 3-year warranty including batteries means you're covered if the unit itself fails. Content creators who record long sessions, esports enthusiasts who can't afford a sudden power loss during a tournament, and anyone with a modest home server will find real value here. On the flip side,